Hey everyone, welcome to the 7 Podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Sarah, and today we're teaching you one of the most useful words in English.
What word?
Would. This tiny word has so many uses.
Oh, would is everywhere.
Everywhere. But most learners only know 1 or 2 ways to use it.
There are more ways?
At least 7 different ways, and we're teaching all of them today.
Before we start, I have a confession.
What?
For years, I only used would for hypothetical situations. I'd say I would go if I could. That's it.
You didn't know the other uses?
No idea. I didn't know would could make polite requests, talk about past habits, or express preferences.
So you were missing out on natural English.
Completely. Once I learned all the uses, my English sounded so much more native.
What about you? Did you struggle with would?
Oh yes, I confused would and will constantly.
How?
I'd say things like, I would go tomorrow, when I meant I will go tomorrow.
Those are different.
Very different. Would is hypothetical or polite. Will is definite future.
Did people correct you?
Sometimes they'd look confused and say, wait, are you going or not?
Because would implies uncertainty.
Exactly. I learned to be more careful.
Before we dive into all the uses, let's tell our listeners what this episode covers.
We're explaining every common use of would.
Hypotheticals, polite requests, past habits, preferences, everything.
Plus tons of examples in practice.
Now, before we start, we want to hear from you.
In the comments, tell us, does would confuse you?
Which use is hardest for you?
Share your struggles.
And if you want to master tricky English grammar, please subscribe to the 7 Podcast.
Like this video. Share it with English learners.
We're breaking down complex grammar into simple, clear patterns.
Real explanations, real examples, real mastery.
So subscribe, like, and comment. Let's build a community of confident English speakers.
All right, Sarah, ready to master would?
Ready. Let's make everyone experts. Let's start with the most famous use of would, hypothetical situations.
Hypothetical means imaginary or not real.
Right. We use would to talk about unreal or imaginary situations.
This is the second conditional.
Exactly. Structure, if plus past simple, would plus base verb.
Examples?
If I had money, I would travel the world.
This means I don't have money now, but if I did, I would travel the world.
Exactly. It's imaginary. If I won the lottery, I would buy a house.
I haven't won the lottery, but if I did, I would buy a house.
Perfect. If I were you, I would apologize.
I'm not you, but if I were in your situation, I would apologize.
Notice we say, if I were you, not if I was you.
Why were?
It's the subjunctive mood. Were is used for hypothetical situations.
More examples?
If I could fly, I would visit every country. If I spoke Chinese, I would work in China.
These are all impossible or unlikely situations.
Exactly. Would expresses the imaginary result.
Can you use would without if?
Yes, I would love to travel, but I don't have time.
The if is implied.
Yes, implied, if I had time, I would travel.
What's the negative?
I wouldn't go or I would not go.
If I were you, I wouldn't do that.
Perfect. What's the second use of would?
Polite requests and offers. Would makes requests more polite.
How?
Compare, can you help me versus would you help me?
The second is much more polite.
Much more polite. Would adds formality and politeness.
More examples? Would you mind closing the door? Would you like some coffee? Would you please send me the file?
All polite requests.
Very polite. Much better than close the door or give me coffee.
What about offers?
Would you like is the polite way to offer.
Examples?
Would you like to sit down? Would you like some help? Would you like me to call you a taxi?
These are all very courteous.
Courteous means polite and considerate. Yes.
Can I use would to ask for things for myself?
Yes, I would like is very polite.
Examples?
I would like a coffee, please. I would like to speak to the manager. I would like to make a reservation.
This is formal?
Formal but common, perfect for restaurants, hotels, customer service.
What's the contraction?
I'd like. I'd like a coffee, please.
That's what natives actually say.
Exactly. I'd is very common. The fifth use of would is talking about past habits.
Past habits, like used to?
Similar. Would describes repeated actions in the past.
Examples?
When I was young, I would play in the park every day.
This means I played repeatedly in the past.
Yes, every summer we would visit my grandmother.
We visited repeatedly, year after year.
Exactly. He would always forget his keys.
He forgot repeatedly.
Yes, would emphasizes the repeated nature.
What's the difference between would and used to?
Good question. Used to can describe states and actions. Would only describes actions.
Examples?
You can say, I used to live in Paris, state, but you cannot say, I would live in Paris.
Would doesn't work for states.
Correct. But for actions, both work.
I used to play soccer equals I would play soccer.
Exactly the same. When do you choose would over used to?
Would is more literary, more nostalgic. It creates a storytelling feeling.
Nostalgic means sentimental about the past.
Right. When I was a child, I would wake up early, run to the kitchen, and my mother would make me breakfast.
That sounds like a warm memory.
Exactly. Would makes it feel like reminiscing.
Reminiscing means remembering the past fondly.
What's the fifth use of would?
Reported speech, when reporting what someone said.
Reported speech means telling what someone else said.
Right. When you report someone's words, will becomes would.
Examples.
Direct speech. I will call you tomorrow.
Reported speech. He said he would call me tomorrow.
Notice will became would.
More examples?
Direct. I will be there at 8. Reported. She said she would be there at 8.
Direct. We will help you. Reported. They said they would help us.
Will always becomes would in reported speech.
Why?
Because you're stepping back in time. You're reporting something said in the past.
What about can?
Can becomes could.
Direct. I can help. Reported. He said he could help.
Exactly.
What about questions?
Same pattern. Direct. Will you come? Reported. She asked if I would come.
Will became would.
Yes, and notice if instead of will you, questions become statements.
This is tricky.
It takes practice, but would is essential for reported speech. The sixth use is describing typical behavior.
What does that mean?
When someone always does something, you use would to emphasize it.
Examples?
He would say that. That's typical of him.
She would forget. That's so typical of her.
That would happen to me. Typical of my luck.
This expresses of course or typical.
Exactly. Often with slight frustration or humor.
More examples.
John would be late. John is always late, so of course he's late now.
It would rain on my wedding day. That's just my luck.
They would cancel at the last minute. Typical of them.
This is similar to that's just like them?
Exactly. Would emphasizes the typical nature.
Is this use common?
Very common in natural speech. It adds personality.
Can it be positive?
Yes. She would remember my birthday. So thoughtful, as always.
He would help me. That's typical of his kindness.
Exactly. Can be positive or negative, but always typical.
What's the seventh use?
Imagining or suggesting, using would to propose ideas or imagine scenarios.
Examples.
It would be nice to have a pool here.
You're imagining it.
Yes. Wouldn't it be great if we could work from home?
You're imagining a possibility.
Right. That would be a good idea.
You're suggesting something.
Exactly. Would makes suggestions softer.
Instead of that's a good idea?
That is a good idea equals direct. That would be a good idea equals softer, more tentative.
Tentative means uncertain or hesitant.
Yes, more diplomatic.
More examples.
It would make sense to start early.
You're suggesting starting early.
Wouldn't it be easier to take a taxi?
You're suggesting a taxi.
I thought it would be fun to go bowling.
You're proposing an activity.
All suggestions made gentle with would.
This is polite English?
Very polite. You're not demanding, just suggesting. Let's talk about common mistakes with would.
Mistake 1. Using would for definite future.
Wrong. I would go tomorrow, if you're definitely going.
Right. I will go tomorrow, definite, or I would go tomorrow if I could, hypothetical.
Would implies uncertainty. Use will for definite plans.
Mistake 2. Adding to after would rather.
Wrong. I would rather to stay home.
Right. I'd rather stay home.
Never to after rather.
Mistake 3. Using would for past states.
Wrong. I would be happy when I was young.
Right. I was happy when I was young, or I used to be happy.
Would is for repeated actions, not states.
Mistake 4. Confusing would with should.
Would equals hypothetical or polite. Should equals advice or obligation.
I would go, if I could, versus I should go, I have an obligation.
Completely different meanings.
Mistake 5. Using would in the if clause.
Wrong. If I would have money, I would travel.
Right. If I had money, I would travel.
Never would in the if clause for second conditional.
These are critical errors. Let's have a conversation using would naturally in multiple ways.
Great idea.
Sarah, what would you do if you won $1 million?
Oh, I would definitely travel the world. I'd visit Japan, Italy, New Zealand.
That would be amazing. Would you quit your job?
I don't know. I would probably take a long break, but I wouldn't quit completely. What about you?
I would buy a house first. When I was young, I would dream about having my own house.
That's sweet. Would you live alone or with someone?
I'd rather not live alone. I would want my family nearby. Actually, would you mind if I asked, what would your dream house look like?
I would love a small cottage by the sea. It would be so peaceful. Wouldn't it be nice to wake up to ocean views every day?
That would be incredible. I would visit you all the time.
You would. You'd probably never leave.
Normal voice.
Perfect. Let's count the uses.
We used would for hypotheticals. If you won, I would travel.
We used would for past habits. I would dream about having a house.
We used would for preferences. I'd rather not live alone.
We used would for polite requests. Would you mind if I asked?
We used would for desires. I would love a cottage.
We used would for imagining. Wouldn't it be nice?
We used would for typical behavior. You would visit all the time.
7 different uses in one conversation.
That's how natives use would.
Let's do practice exercises.
I'll give you a situation. You use would correctly.
Ready?
You want coffee politely at a cafe.
I would like a coffee, please. Or, I'd like a coffee.
Perfect. You're imagining what you'd do if you were rich.
If I were rich, I would buy a big house.
Good. You're describing what you did every summer as a child.
Every summer, I would visit my grandparents.
Excellent. You're saying you prefer tea over coffee.
I would rather have tea than coffee, or I'd prefer tea to coffee.
Great. Someone is typically late and they're late again.
He would be late. That's so typical.
Perfect. You're suggesting it would be fun to watch a movie.
It would be fun to watch a movie. Or wouldn't it be fun to watch a movie?
Excellent. You're reporting what someone said, I will call you.
He said he would call me.
All correct. You've mastered it.
Let's wrap up with final tips for using would.
Tip 1. Would is about imagination, politeness, or past habits.
Never use it for definite future plans.
Tip 2. Would makes requests more polite.
Would you is better than can you in formal situations.
Tip 3. Remember the 7 uses.
Hypotheticals, polite requests, past habits, preferences, reported speech, typical behavior, imagining.
Tip 4. Don't use would in the if clause.
If I had money, I would travel. Never if I would have.
Tip 5. Listen to how natives use would.
You'll hear it everywhere once you know what to listen for.
Tip 6. Practice all 7 uses.
Don't just stick to one. Use would in multiple ways.
Tip 7. Would is essential for natural English.
All right, everyone. We've explained would completely.
7 uses, tons of examples, and common mistakes.
Jack confessed to only knowing the hypothetical use.
And Sarah confused would with will.
We've both mastered it now.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe to the 7 podcast.
Like this video, share it with English learners.
Comment below. Write a sentence using would.
We'll check if you used it correctly.
Remember, would is versatile and powerful.
One word, 7 uses, infinite possibilities.
In English, we say, would that I could help you more.
That's an old-fashioned use, meaning I wish I could.
Even more uses to discover.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll see you in the next episode of the 7 podcast.
Now go practice would.
Use it in all 7 ways.
Perfect advice. Bye, everyone.
Bye.